Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of PKM Weekly, the last one of August. So let's see what's been happening in the past week. First up, Obsidian, they've released 1.9.12 desktop version, and as well as a mobile version with a couple of updates, and this includes mainly a new migration assistant for Obsidian Sync, and the tool will enable you to perform migrations for your remote sync vaults, including encryption upgrades and the ability to switch regions, which is coming soon. So if you want to learn more about that, do definitely click here and you can see the explanation from the team on that one. They've also introduced a couple of in-app checks for plugins, which have been known to cause some issues within Obsidian. So that should speed things up for everyone, and also they've improved drastically the performance of the search view. So lots of good stuff coming out from the Obsidian team on that one. Wonderloots, they did a walkthrough of how to build a source bases using the Obsidian Bases plugin plus the web clipper. So combining both of them, the Obsidian Bases and the web clipper, he's basically looked at creating the perfect research and learning pair. So you can see in this video here, he goes through into quite a lot of detail on the whole thing. So in the intro to both of them, property highlights, template settings, property settings, web clipper highlights, content, so a lot of detailed stuff in this video to basically enable us to use Obsidian Bases and the web clipper to create the perfect research and learning pair. So well worthwhile checking that one out. And there was a couple of interesting Reddit posts that have been posted in the past week. One of which was they've been using Obsidian for about 2.5 years and they wanted to share some of the fundamental principles for anyone getting started or for anyone who's been using Obsidian for a while but wants to see how things are done slightly differently by someone else. So he goes through 10 points of how you can make the most out of Obsidian from their perspective. So a very well received post, 650 likes or upvotes, about 70 comments, so well worthwhile reading into this one if you are an Obsidian user or if you're getting started with Obsidian. The other one was 6 AI tools for Obsidian with the pros and cons. So OP's looked at reviewing 6 AI tools, basically which one works best, what are the pros and cons of each, and which one they recommend. So if you are wanting to use AI within your Obsidian Vault, definitely worthwhile having a look at this post too. So that was it for Obsidian. Capacities, there's been a few rumours and rumblings of a group by feature coming soon to the stable version. So this will give us the ability to group certain elements together within Capacities, and given that most other PKM apps have implemented this or are implementing it, it kind of makes sense for Capacities to also do this. So we shall see when it's going to be released and what it's going to entail. So more on that coming soon. And then there was an article that examines two paradigms of note-taking, structured notes versus blank slates, and the OP looks at each and how they get the best out of both. So well worthwhile checking out this article here, going through it and seeing if there's anything that you can take away from it. Tana, they've done a Tana published revamp. So with the published content from Tana, you can actually make it look like it was from Tana. So you can now see tables, tags, cards, and calendar view, zooming, banner and icons, references, and embed. So basically it's a like for like from your Tana page to the published page, so at least you can make the full and the most out of Tana. There was also a couple of releases, or a few releases and improvements. So tag fields, background colors, Android version, and Sync Now has been added or made better. So, and a few other things that have been fixed that Tana team has published. So definitely worthwhile having a look at that one. And also manager mode Tana live build session recording is now available. So you can see it here, and there was also a template that was published and a demo that was made available. So we can check that one out here. And you can see how it works through the demo and what the team were able to do. So again, this is a session that lasts about 60 minutes, starting from scratch to get the most out of Tana. So thank you for that. And then Ev, she's been looking at a Tana AI agent and how it took over organizing her second brain in seconds. So ever notice how capture everything quickly turns into how have I got 100 things which are unsorted? She basically has implemented a Tana AI agent to make the most out of all of that and organize chaos. So definitely worthwhile checking this one out. She's got a video on it and a guide that she published here. So well worthwhile checking out and keeping an eye on if you are a Tana user. Logseq, they've got a official update that the team has published in Discord. So in the past couple of months, they've been busy on the DB version with bug fixes, enhancements and new features, as well as the closed launch of the mobile app and real-time collaboration, and a new command line interface. And they talk through it in detail here with a few other things that we've been working on in the past month or so. So well worthwhile keeping an update on that one. There is still no news of when the DB version is actually going to be made public as a public release. So you can download it through GitHub to test it out, but it's not officially launched. And no news of when the new mobile app or RTC will actually launch for a wider testing. But definitely worthwhile keeping an eye on Logseq to see when that's going to happen. SupreNotes, they've released version 3.2, which includes maps, tables, and flashcards. So maps is really that you can see where you took notes. Flashcards is SRS basically, and tables, they basically implemented the ability to use tables in a lot better fashion than we could beforehand. And there's this great walkthrough from Daniel of the various different updates. So there's a couple of new small features as well that have been implemented, and the new bigger ones, such as SRS, slightly different than the tables. And there's also the map feature here, so you can see where the notes have been taken, just as a bit of a visual remembrance. So definitely worthwhile checking this one out, and if not, you've got the full changelog here from the SupreNotes team itself. Noteey, they've released version 1.31, new features and improvements. So double clicking on the boards, you can set defaults, ability for deep links, optimized positioning, PDFs now reopen at the last page viewed, and various different other things, which include a number of updates, because there's quite a few, with fixes and everything. And again, check out the video, 2.5 minutes, and you can see exactly what the updates have been implemented and how you can use them. RemNote, they were quiet for a little bit of time, but now they've released version 1.20, and that includes a new phone app, text reader, lightning editor engine, translations, and a lot more. So again, what they've done is they've gone and published a video, so you can see the mobile app, how it looks, quick adding, PDFs, how you can work with a lot better and a lot smoother PDFs, text reader within the app itself, on the laptop as well, text-to-speech, lightning editor engine, mobile editor, / commands, translations, and various different other improvements. So well worthwhile keeping an update on RemNote, because they are seemingly back with some great updates. Recall AI, so Anton, he's published a video after using Recall for a couple of weeks. He wanted to share his thoughts, how he uses it, some of the pros, some of the cons, some of the shortcomings of it. So it's well worthwhile having a look into this video, an hour long or so, but it does share how he uses it, how it can be used, and as I say, some of the shortcomings and the benefits of Recall AI. So well worthwhile checking out. And I think if you go to the video, he's got a coupon or an offer for 25% off using his referral link. So have a look at that if you are interested in testing out Recall. And last but not least is Thymer. So they've now looked at Task Management Lightning Speed Keyboard Only Edition. So you can see here what he's got going on. Make it a little bit bigger. Does a new task in a Kanban view, goes down, tweaks it, and I guess he's just using always the keyboard, navigates to them, moves them around, puts them in different columns or different statuses, opens it up, adds some more tasks, I guess, to it, or tweaks it, and adds a link to it, assigns it to someone, adds the due date, and I guess this is then meaning, oops, didn't mean to do that, it was meaning that it was overdue. So that was it for this week, and thank you very much for being here, and I shall see you next week. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.